What's up, style babes? Let's hop into the video. So today I will be using the Revlon black hair dye. I'm just shaking that up and I'm going to apply it onto the wig. I'm sorry that this is just so straightforward. I lost a lot of my footage that I had in the beginning, so yeah, sorry about that. All I'm doing is just applying it onto the tracks. All I'm using is a comb and my fingers. It really doesn't matter to me about the back, just because you just want to make sure it's fully coated. You don't have to be so careful about it. You really want to be more careful about the frontal. That's when I take my time and I use like a comb or an edge brush just to make sure that the lace doesn't get stained. And today's video, I'm going to be dyeing, bleaching the knots, and plucking the frontal. I'm giving y'all a really in-depth tutorial about the plucking portion. I'm more updated. This is what I do anytime that I pluck any wig. So that's towards the end a little bit. I can leave timestamps down below if anybody's interested in that. Alright, so now it is time to bleach the hair. I had let the hair air dry, by the way, after rinsing out the dye. And I'm going to use 30 Developer and some BW2 powder from Clairol. I'm going to take about a scoop of bleach and I'm going to take a little bit of 30 Developer. I ended up adding a little too much, so I'm stirring it up and I'm going to show you how it ends up looking. I personally don't like for my bleach to look like that because it will slip right through the lace and you will have bleach roots, and that's not cute. You see that consistency right there? Like, it looks like it's thick, but it's just not thick to my liking. Like, when I leave it like that, it usually slips through. So I add just a little bit of powder. I don't want to do too much because you're using more product and you're gonna eventually waste it. So yeah, that's how I like it. If you could flip it upside down and you see how it's just staying, it's not doing anything. If you could flip it upside down and it's not falling out, that's how you know it's ready and it's thick to your liking. So I put that to the side. I'm just gonna let that sit. It also gets more thick when you let it sit for a little bit. So I'm gonna use some Got2b spray and I'm just gonna get all the little flyaways out the way, because you can potentially end up dyeing some of your hair, and we already dyed the hair jet black. So yeah, so you see what I'm saying? That's really thick. That is what I like. I like for it to be nice and thick like that, kind of like a toothpaste consistency, but thicker. So I like to start from the back and work my way up to the front, just because the knots in the back tend to be more thicker than the knots in the front, and they take longer to process. In the front, they process more quicker, and you could potentially over bleach your knots that way. So after I apply the bleach on, I let it sit on for about 30 to 35 minutes. It really depends on the hair company. Some knots are thicker, some knots are, smaller. So now that I let the hair air dry, I like to make sure my hair is dry when I pluck instead of wet. So I part out a section of the hair. This hairline is very, very dense, so I do have to pluck out more than I usually do. So this is considered, I guess, like the pre-plucked like baby hair section that I part out first, and I go behind the hairline and pluck. So this is the way that I like to hold my tweezers and the motion that I do when it comes to plucking. So like I said, I like to start behind the hairline after the part that I plucked out, and I do a pluck motion, like a pluck skip, then pluck skip. I do that like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I move over to the, I just keep on moving down, as you can see. And whatever section I'm on, meaning like the part of hair that I plucked out, I do that about 3 times. In this video, I did it 3 times. Usually I don't have to do it that many times, maybe 2 times, just because this hairline was really dense. So I had to pluck more off than usual. So I started off going down to up. Now I'm going up to down. And right here, this is my 3rd time doing the pluck skip motion on this same first section that y'all seen me first part off. I'm still in the same section. I did not part any more hair off. This is still the same section that I was doing beforehand. Like I said, I had to do the pluck skip motion about 3 times in order to, get it thinner because the hairline was so dense. Alright, so I'm still in that same section, but I am going to part off some more hair now. Depending on if the hair is pre-plucked or how much it is pre-plucked, I part off hair probably like 2 to 3 times. It really just depends. This happens to be the 2nd time that I did it. For this wig, I did it 3 times. So when it comes to this plucking section of the video, nothing is sped up. Everything is in real time. I take my time with this. That is what you want to do. You want to take your time because you can give yourself a bald spot or you could give yourself a hole in your lace. I've done both plenty of times and that's just not cute. So you just want to take your time. Like I said, everything is in real time. Probably takes me about 35 to 40 minutes to pluck a whole unit. Honestly, the plucking portion is the most tedious part when it comes to customizing a unit. So you just want to take your time. And I like to comb the hair back and then pluck in front of the hairline. You always want to do that either way. You want to always comb back the hair and just see how the front of the hairline is looking to see if you need to pluck any more off, because you could potentially give yourself a bald spot if you pluck too much off. Alright, so what I shown y'all on camera is what I did to the opposite side of the head. It's the same exact thing. A lot of my footage got lost, so I had to just put in clips of the finished product. So I'm so sorry, y'all. I hope that this video was helpful and that you guys learned something. If you want another video, just let me know. Also, don't forget to follow me on my TikTok. I make TikToks, hair TikToks. Like, if you like hair TikToks, maybe you'll see me on your For You page. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new here. And I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, style babes.